Let's have a look at the game settings. We're gonna start off by taking a look at the standard model quality, low shadows, everything low, and FSR.
Submission. Well, Hell in a Cell is one of the most brutal and dangerous matches in the history of WWE. Just look through the annals of history to see what havoc has been wrought in that steel cage enclosure.
Well, they call it Hell in a Cell for a reason. If it was easy, they'd call it Picnic in the Park or something.
So your point is well taken, Byron. Victory must be won inside the ring, and anything not nailed to the ground can be used as a weapon. This is where the dark forces of evil are unleashed.
Quick pin attempt here.
It's going to take more than that to keep him down. He isn't going to go away that easy.
Hell in a Cell is such a demonic structure that exists solely for pain and suffering. Corey, I have to know, is there any use? He goes for the quick pin.
And it stops the count.
After running the benchmark, we get a performance rank A with an average of 66.2 frames, a minimum of 58.8, and a maximum of 75.4 frames per second. Not bad, not bad. Now let's take a look at the game settings again. This time we're gonna increase textures from standard to high and leave everything to the lowest as before, no FSR.
You have to devise a plan and execute.
Once locked in the cell, we've seen superstars embrace a new sadistic level of barbaric behavior.
I agree, Byron, and it's all out of necessity. Using the rope to their advantage.
You can see the intent behind that attack. Exploiting the arm must be the strategy here.
Steve Austin might get an early 3 count. And bypasses the pinfall.
Definitely looks in a hurry to finish things. It is almost impossible to prepare for Hell in a Cell. But Corey, what is the key to coming out on top in this one?
You got to do things you never thought you'd have to do before.
After running the benchmark, we get the performance rank of A again, and the average this time is 66.6 frames per second, a minimum of 54.6 frames per second, and a maximum of 77.3 frames per second. Let's take a look at the game settings. We're gonna keep the standard model to high, but this time we're gonna add some shadows. Obviously they're gonna be low, and the shader model is also gonna be low. No FSR in high.
You shudder inside.
No argument there, Corey. That's why there have been so few WWE superstars who've ever had the guts to step inside the structure for a Hell in a Cell match.
The thing that makes this so much more insidious than a simple cage match is there's no escape. The door is padlocked, and the only way out is by pinfall or submission. Or by stretcher, man. There's always that.
Talk about intimidation. I'm not sure if it's resilience or stupidity that's going to drive you to try and come back from a move like that.
Even in every superstar for themselves situation, an alliance like that can be key. He'll head to the ring. There's no way out, no disqualification, and one fall to the finish. Corey, how does a superstar get the win in Hell in a Cell?
You got to bear down and face your opponent head on. The task at hand is the most important thing in the Hell in a Cell. Using the cell as part of your offense is also highly advised. I'll see how it's going to take.
After running the benchmark, we get a performance rank of A, an average of 64.5 frames per second, a minimum of 52.7 frames per second, a maximum of 73.2 frames per second. Let's increase the shadow and shader quality profile and set the reflections to high. This will probably be equivalent to the ultra settings.
Hell in a Cell is carnage. Hell in a Cell is pandemonium.
Superstars know they must enter a Hell in a Cell with a different mindset and be a version of themselves they have never been before.
Remember, anything goes, but the only way to win is pinfall or submission in the ring. Andre gets fended off. And he sends him into the corner. What a punch.
That's how you stop your opponent.
Oh, that can rock you.
Ripped in the hard way.
I do not see this match going on much longer with too many more moves like that from them.
You have got to be in elite physical condition to pull off something like that.
In control here with a... And back in the ring we go. Swinging neck breaker. Textbook. Orton not intimidated. Not even close.
If anything, he's the one doing the intimidating right now, Michael. Gutbuster. Nice turn kick.
hoping to end it early.
The pin's broken up.
I can't believe it.
Got him up.
After completing the benchmark, the performance rank is C. We have an average of 38.1 frames per second, a minimum of 9.7 frames per second, and a maximum of 42.8 frames per second. Let's set the shadows to off, take off anti-allies and reflections, and set the FSR1 to a sharpness of 3.
No one who goes in comes out the same.
Hard ride to the outside. Oh, knee right to the spine. Ooh. Now on the outside, right by those cell walls.
Oof. Lands the haymaker.
Great counter. Getting him into the corner. Uppercut.
Sharp.
Uncorked a big punch. What a punch.
Dominating shoulder tackle.
Boom!
Looking for a schoolboy.
Uh-oh.
What a punch!
Just launched.
He goes for the quick pin attempt. He kicks out before the count hits 2.
Yeah, seemed to be just testing the waters a bit there.
Setting foot in the ring now. Oh, look at this. How pretty is this?
Backpack face buster.
Out of the ring and into hell itself.
Oh, cowboy down on the opponent.
Corey, what advice would you give someone inside Hell in a Cell?
Use the cell to your advantage. With the right...
Performance rank is A. We have an average of 57.2 frames per second, a minimum of 27 frames per second, and a maximum of 68.8 frames per second. Let's set the shader quality to medium and enable reflections. Reflections are going to be low this time. We're going to still keep FSR1 with a sharpness of 3.
Mental anguish that comes with participating in Hell in a Cell.
Oh, knee right to the spine. And now in the most dangerous area inside the cell.
Caught square by the haymaker.
Great counter by Ricochet. Into the corner he goes, a perfectly placed target. Boom, what a right.
Gosh. Overhand connects. Dominating shoulder tackle. Oh.
Looking for a schoolboy.
Uh-oh.
What a punch. Oh, strong impact.
Leave the side.
Looking to catch him off guard. He throws his shoulder up before 2.
Looking to secure an early victory.
Back into the ring.
What are we going to see here?
Face buster. Now on the outside, right by those cell walls.
My, oh my, what elevation.
So much of Hell in a Cell comes down to mental toughness, but what about an actual game plan? Corey, what's the best way
After
to
running
make
the
it?
benchmark, performance rank is C, an average of 40.9 frames per second, a minimum of 17.5, and a maximum of 48.4 frames per second.
The
This
door
time
is
around,
shut
we're going to
locked.
set the shadow
The
quality
Devil's
to low,
playground.
shadow quality to
Just
low
take a
as
long,
well,
hard
set the
look at the
reflections and
unforgiving
aim
steel
to
structure
allies,
that is
and
Hell in
come
a
back
Cell,
to the
gentlemen. There's
FSR1,
about to be some
but increase
carnage
the
that we
value
will
to
blissfully
3
be
instead of
shielded
2.
from thanks to the cage.
Yeah, it's not like any fight's ever made its way outside of Hell in a Cell. As we all know, Hell in a Cell matches tend to deteriorate once the competitors leave the confines of the ring. And Orton gets countered there.
Oh my gosh, with one hand. That move had the amount of force akin to a natural disaster.
In control here with a... Coming back in the ring. Swinging neck breaker. Textbook. Mind games in full effect from the Apex Predator. Hoisted up. Oh, gutbuster. Evisceration. Steve Austin planted one there. Oof. He's ejected from the ring.
Out of the ring and into hell itself. Down to opponent and a double axe handle smash.
What kind of mindset does it take to be able to succeed?
Performance grade is A, average of 59.5 frames per second, a minimum of 51.4 frames per second, and a maximum of 72.4 frames per second. Let's set the shadows to off, take off anti-allies and reflections, and set the FSR1 to a sharpness of 3.
That goes far beyond defeating your opponent.
This form of combat brings competitors irreparable harm. The goal should be just to make it out alive.
Ouch.
Oh, what a wind-up. What a counter by Rollins. Put into the corner now.
Catches an uppercut.
Uncorked a big punch.
Oh, good night.
Sorry.
Shoulder tackle. Oh, my goodness.
Seth
Rollins.
Oh, what a right.
Man, that's some attitude behind it.
Oh, God. Have you ever seen a huge...
Randy Orton looking to finish this one early.
And fends up the pinfall.
Impressive one count, but still very early.
Uh-oh, he's searching for something. Wrist clutch applied. Look at this.
He's thinking the steel chair is just what he needs to wreak some havoc here.
What makes a Hell in a Cell such an intimidating structure?
It's not so much the structure itself as what it allows you to do. There are no limits here, and the superstar who pushes themselves the farthest usually wins.
You're looking for a vertical suplex.
Performance rank is A. We have an average of 57.2 frames per second, a minimum of 27 frames per second, and a maximum of 68.8 frames per second. Let's keep everything to low, set FSR to a sharpness of 4, and also enable depth of field, or DOF.
For a grudge that will not die. If it can't be settled inside Hell in a Cell, you have to take it up with God himself as far as I'm concerned.
Placing them into the corner. Oh, an overhand punch.
Big overhand.
A little rope assistance. That kind of force in the arm can have lingering effects. Right to the kidneys from behind. Oh my God, look at this. They're setting him up.
Suplex. A brief instance of teamwork here, but how long is it going to last?
And he goes for the quick pin attempt. And he stops the count. Lands. And a well-executed move we just saw there. What a shot!
Performance rank
Oh,
is
the physicality on display there. Unbelievable.
Minimum of 59.1, and
Setting up for something here.
Finally, let's have a look at the last custom setting. Everything is gonna be set to low, FSR. This time we're gonna use temporal anti-alias.
Score will be settled tonight, and only one competitor will survive the Devil's Playground.
Get him in the corner. Wicked clothesline. Oh, gets cracked by the overhand.
Oh!
Ripped in the hard way. Being able to pull that off, no one is going to question if you skip going to the gym today.
And what need is there to go looking under the apron like this?
I like this strategy. Find an ally, clean house together, and settle it between the two of you at the end. However you feel about Seth Rollins, he knows how to get the crowd going.
not an environment you can prepare for. What's the state of mind a superstar must have coming in? A competitor must be relentless.
Benchmark results. Performance rank is A. We have an average of 65.8 frames per second, a minimum of 59.1, and a maximum of 74.4 frames per second.
These superstars are about to have the course of their careers changed.
Bones have been broken. Careers have been shortened. Indelible memories have been made, all inside the cell. No rules and no turning back now.
Jeez. Big overhand.
Rollins with a reversal. Paying it right back with a reversal. He's been placed in the corner now. Oh, uncorked a big punch.
Overhand connects. Dominating shoulder tackle. Oh!
Schoolboy, no, rolls through. Solid punch.
Super kick! Oh, man.
Just tossed.
Randy Orton looking to finish this one early.
Gets the shoulder up.
Too early for that pin attempt.
And what's he looking for here? Stone Cold too slow there.
Those are folding chairs, but they can also fold you in half. It truly cannot be stressed enough. Hell in a Cell is a match where you simply have to adapt to your environment as quickly as humanly possible. Or inhumanly possible, considering the demand.
Good point, Corey. Trying to work the same match as you would any other night would simply be a fool's errand. Hoisted up. Oh, look at this. Headbutt. Great wherewithal on the counter. This is Hell in a Cell. No escape, no outside help, no mercy.
And there's no telling what level of carnage and destruction we're about to witness, guys.
Lucky for us, it'll all be contained within that intimidating structure. Hopefully.
And now in the most dangerous area inside the cell.
Overhand right lands.
Versatility from Rollins. Into the corner he goes. A perfectly placed target. Oh, an overhand punch.
Caught square by the haymaker.
Shoulder tackle. Oh!
Seth rolls through.
Closed fist connects.
Oh my gosh!
Tossed around like a rag.
Randy Orton looking to finish this one early.
And skirts out of the pin.
Still too early in this match.
He's reaching under the ring for anything useful.
Bringing a steel chair into play here.
Is there a special secret to winning a Hell in a Cell match?
You have to be willing to leave your humanity behind. Become the most vicious possible version of yourself, because that's what it takes to win inside Hell in a Cell.
Oh, look at that suplex.
Oh my God, into a powerbomb.
Both halves of its name.
Got him where he wants him.
Up.
Here we go, guys. Hell in a Cell. Only way you win is by pinfall or submission. Nowhere to escape.
The cell designed to torture, designed to contain, truly nowhere to run.
As we all know, Hell in a Cell matches tend to deteriorate once the competitors leave the confines of the ring. And Ricochet adapts. There he goes, right into the corner. Boom! What a right. What a knockout punch.
Oh, man.
Gotta hurt.
Hard to grab one. apply a proper hold after a move like that.
Oh, he knew it was coming.
The Apex Predator showing no concern for his opponent.
Bang! And he goes into the ring.
Oh, what a knee lift.
Somebody better check his nose.
Byron, is it possible to stay one step ahead of your opponent in a match as horrific as Hell in a Cell?
Oh, it could come down to the first superstar that can turn that switch and battle on pure instinct, because a strategy could be lost, and all you have left is the ability to fight.
And that can happen quickly in an inside Hell in a Cell.
Got him set up in the corner of the ring.
Wicked clothesline. Overhand right lands. Boom! Ripped in the hard way.
An unyielding showing of authority. No two ways about it. Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
Looks like they are putting aside their differences for now. Wonder how long this will last.
As long as it needs to, Saxton. And a big boot.
Oh, man. DDT.
Kneeling.
There's been a lot of career-defining and shortening moments inside Hell in a Cell. Corey, what do you think is the key to getting through a match like this unscathed?
Oh, there is no getting through Hell in a Cell unscathed. Each and every competitor who's ever been inside the demonic structure has been fundamentally changed as